Welcome students to online classes of mathematics for class 9th. In this video we are going to cover the exercise 1.5 of NCERT textbook, which is from chapter number 1, number systems. This is a session number 5. Myself Deepak Gautam, TGT Mathematics in Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan. So let's start today's session. So here we are discussing chapter number 1, number system. We have already covered these first 4 topics in 4 different videos. This is our 5th video in which we are going to look at the operations on the real number. So let's start this. So topic that we have today is operations on real number. So first have a look at some properties. First one is the sum of a rational number and an irrational number is rational. That means when you add a rational number and a irrational number, you will get the product or the result as a irrational number. For example, let's take an example. Suppose if we have a rational number 2 and we are adding it to an irrational number which is root 3. So the resulting number is irrational, because if you write it like this, 2, the value of root 3 is 1.732 and so on. So when you add them, you will get it 1 plus 2 is 3.73272 and so on. So this is a irrational number. So when you add a rational number and a irrational number, the result will be a irrational number. Okay. Next is the difference of a irrational number. The difference of a rational number and an irrational number is again a irrational. That means if you find the difference of a rational number and a irrational number, the result will be again a irrational number. That is, if you find 2 minus root 3, this number is a irrational number. Similarly, if you find the difference of 5 minus root 5, the result will be again a irrational number. Okay. Whenever we have a root value, which is a root of, especially a root of a prime number, that will be a irrational number. Okay. Next we have the product of a non-zero rational number. A non-zero rational number with an irrational number is irrational. For example, if you find the product of non-zero rational number, let's say 2 multiply to a rational number, let's take 3. So 2 into root 3 will be 2 root 3, which is a irrational number. Okay. Similarly, you can take another example. If you multiply root 5 by 5, this is an irrational number, 5 is a rational number, and the multiplication is 5 root 5, which is a irrational number. So in all cases we are getting only irrational number. Similarly, for the last one, the quotient or you can say division of a non-zero rational number with the irrational number is a irrational. For example, if you divide a rational number 2 by a irrational number root 3, the result is a irrational. Also, you can see if you divide a irrational number 2 by a rational number, root 3 by 2, which is will be again a irrational number. Okay. So if you do any operation like addition, multiplication, division or subtraction between a rational number and an irrational number, the result will be always a irrational number. Okay. Moving ahead, next we have, if we add, subtract, multiply or divide two irrational number, the result may be rational or irrational. So when you add, subtract, multiply or divide two irrational number, in previous case we are having one rational and one irrational. In this case we are having two irrational number. This time the result may be rational or irrational. Okay. Let's try it with some example. Let's check it for addition first. Let's take one example. If you add two irrational number, let's take 2 plus root 3 added to another irrational number 2 minus root 3. When you open the bracket, you will get 2 plus root 3 plus 2 minus root 3. This root 3 will be cancelled out. The result will be 4, which is a rational number. Okay, let's take another example. If you add 2 minus root 3 to 2 minus root 3, so number we have 2 minus root 3 added to 2 minus root 3. Again, when you open the brackets, you will get 2 minus root 3 plus 2 minus root 3. That means this will be 2 plus 2 will be 4, and minus 2 minus root 3 will be 2 minus root 3. Now as we have root value here, so this will be a irrational number. So in first example we are getting rational number, in second we are getting irrational number for addition. Let's check it for now multiplication. Again we'll take two example. In first we have, let's take number like 5 root 3, which is an irrational number, multiplied to root 3. Let's say root 5. Okay, so when you multiply 5 root 3 by root 5, the result will be 5, and these two root values will be multiplied, so result will be 5 root 15, and which is a irrational number. Okay, let's take another example. This time we have 5 root 3 multiplied to root 3. In this case, this here we have 5, and this root 3 and root 3 will give us 3, and result will be 15, and 15 is a rational number. So now you can see in first example we are getting irrational number, and in second we are getting rational number. So as this property says, when you add, subtract, divide or multiply two irrational number, the result may be rational or irrational. We have to check it for addition and multiplication. You can try it also for subtraction and division. Okay, you should try that with the help of some examples. You will find that in some cases result will be a rational number, or in some cases result will be a irrational number. Okay, now have a look at some identities relating to square roots. So first one is root AB is equals to root A into root B. For example, suppose we have a number root 6. This root 6 can be written as the multiplication of its prime factors. That is, root 6 can be written as 2 and 3. So this can be root 6 will be root 2 multiplied to root 3. Okay. Similarly, if you have a number like 2 by 3 another root, so this can be written as root 2 divided by root 3. Okay, we have separated the root for the two numbers. Third one, we have root A into root A, result will be A. That means if you multiply two numbers which are same under the root, let's say root 5 multiplied to root 5, this will result into 5, because when you multiply them, so you will get root 5 square, and this square power will cancel out the root, so result will be 5. Okay, similarly, if you have a number like root A plus root B multiplied to root A minus root B, the result will be A minus B. This is similar to the identity that you have studied in class 8, algebraic identity, that A plus B into A minus B will be A square minus B square. For example, if you have a number like root 2 plus root 3 and root 2 minus root 3, result will be 2 minus 3, and 2 minus 3 is minus 1. Okay, similarly, next one is if you have a number like A plus root B multiplied to A minus root B, result will be A square minus B. And if you multiply root A plus root B to root C minus root D, the result will be root AC plus root AD plus root BC plus root BD. Okay, and the last one is root a plus root b whole square is equals to a plus 2 ab root, or root a 2 root ab plus b. This is similar to the identity a plus b whole square, which is a square plus 2ab plus b square. Okay, those this term is a square, that means the square of first term. Here we have a, first term here is root a, the root a square is a. Similarly the second term is b, root b square is b. Okay, so these are the some identity that we are going to use in the next exercise. Okay, let's come to the exercise. So here we have chapter number 1, number system. We are doing here operations on real number. In this video we will be discussing about the exercise 1.5. okay, one thing that I want to tell you is the first topic in this chapter that we have representation of a square root positive real number on number line. But we will not discuss this particular topic in this video, because this topic is bit lengthy, so it will take much time. So instead of discussing this topic in this video, we will discuss that in the next video with exercise 1.6. okay, this topic I am leaving it here. It will be discussed in the next video with the exercise 1.6. so we'll not cover this topic here. Okay, but next we'll cover the next topic, which is rationalization. So rationalization simply means rationalization of denominator. Okay, rationalization of denominator, which is, suppose like in this example number 17 of your NCERT textbook, we have a number 1 by 2 root 2. So whenever you have a irrational number in the denominator, okay, it's very difficult to locate this number on the number line. So to remove that difficulty, what we will do is we will rationalize the denominator and make it into a rational number. So let's see how we're gonna do this. So whatever the number we have, we'll have a number, irrational number in the denominator. We'll multiply that same number in numerator and denominator. That means this same number, which is root 2, is multiplied to the numerator and denominator. Okay, so the result will be 1 into root 2 is root 2, and this root 2 into root 2 will be 2. So that will be your answer. So now this denominator become a rational number, and this process is called rationalization. Okay, clear? So what we simply do, will multiply and divide the denominator with the original number. So whatever result we get, in that result you will get the denominator as a rational number. Okay, like in this case the answer is root 2 divided by 2. Okay, then see next example, which is example number 18. Here we have number is 1 by 2 plus root 3, and in order to rationalize this number, what we're gonna do is we'll multiply and divide this given number by the number we have in denominator. Then in denominator we have 2 root 3, 2 root 3. So one thing that we're going to do is, here in this given question we have plus here, but we will reverse the sign. Every time whenever you rationalize, you will always have to reverse the sign. If it is plus here, you will change it to minus, if it is minus, you will change it to plus. Okay, अगर प्लस है तो उसको माइनस में चेंज करेंगे, और माइनस है तो उसको प्लस में. वी विल ऑलवेज रिवर्स द साइन, प्लस टू माइनस और माइनस टू प्लस in rationalization. Okay, whenever we are doing rationalization. Now this 1 multiplied to this 2 minus root 3 will be 2 minus root 3. Now here we have 2 plus root 3 and 2 minus root 3. Here you can apply the identity, which will tell us it is a plus b multiplied to a minus b. So it will be square of first term, which is 2, and square of second term, which is root 3. So this will result into 2 minus root 3 divided by 2 square is 4, and this root 3 square will give us 3, or this 4 minus 3 will be 1, and now in numerator we have 2 minus root 3. Hence the result is 2 minus root 3. That's our result, which is in the rational form, because in denominator we have 1. 1 is a rational number. Okay, I hope it's clear to you now. So only thing that you have to do is whatever sign is given here, you will change this, reverse the sign from plus to minus or minus to plus, and then do the simple multiplication. Okay, moving ahead, let's see the next example, which is example number 19. Now the number is 5 divided by root 3 minus root 5. So as I told, in order to rationalize this number, what we're gonna do is we'll take the original number 5 divided by root 3 minus root 5, and we have to multiply this given number by the denominator. So it will be root 3 root 5 root 3 root 5. But what we have to do is, as the sign here we have minus, this sign here is minus, so we'll reverse the sign, we'll change it to plus here and here. So now we have to multiply the two number. 5 into root 3 is 5 root 3. Okay, 5 into root 3 is 5 root 3 plus 5 into root 5 is 5 root 5 divided by, again we apply the identity here, a minus b and a plus b will result into square of first term minus square of second term equals to, so on the upper side we have 5 root 3 plus 5 root 5 divided by root 3 square will be 3 minus root 5 square will be 5. So this will be 5 root 3 plus 5 root 5 divided by minus 2. Okay, or we can write it like this, that we'll take the 5 common from the upper side, and denominator we have 2, and multiply it to root 3 plus root 5. So that's our final answer, minus 5 by 2 multiplied to root 3 plus root 5. Okay, that's how we rationalize a given number. Okay, only thing that you have to do is you will multiply and divide the given number by the number in the denominator by reversing its sign. Okay, then do the simple multiplication, you will get the required answer. Okay, after this we have exercise 1.5. This exercise in total have 5 questions. Okay, we will not do the question number 4 in this video, because we will cover this topic in next video with the exercise 1.6. okay, we'll do the remaining 4 questions here. So the first question here is, classifying the following numbers as rational or irrational. Classify the following number as rational or irrational. So first number that we have is, this is answer for question number 1, part 1. Number is 2 minus root 5. So in the beginning we discussed the sub properties, in which the second property was, when we subtract a rational and irrational number, the result is a irrational number. So this is a irrational number. Okay, this because here we have subtracted a rational and irrational number. So result will be always a irrational. Second number is 3 plus root 23 bracket minus root 23. We can write this as 3 plus root 23 minus root 23. These two will be cancelled out. Okay, these two will be cancelled out. Result will be 3, and 3 is a rational number. Next we have 2 root 7 divided by 7 root 7. We have 2 root 7 divided by 7 root 7, which is 2 root 7 divided by 7 root 7. So in this case, these root 7 and root 7 will be cancelled out, and result will be 2 by 7, and 2 by 7 is a number in p by q form, so it's a rational number. Next one is 1 by root 2. So again we have studied the topic, when you divide a rational and irrational number, the result is always a irrational number. It is an irrational number. Okay, last one, we have 2 pi, and we know pi is a irrational number, so whatever multiply pi will again result in to a irrational number. So it will write it is an irrational number. Okay, that's the answer of question number 1. First, fourth and fifth are irrational, and second and third are rational number. Okay, moving ahead, then we have question number 2. It says simplify each of the following expressions. We have to simplify this expression using the identity that we have discussed in the beginning. So first one is, we have 3 plus root 3 multiplied to 2 plus root 2. So this will be, first we will multiply first digit from the first bracket to the first digit in the second bracket. So 3 into 2 is 6. Then this 3 to the second number here, so this will be plus 3 root 2. Then the first digit from here to first digit here, so it will be plus 2 root 3, and then root 3 into root 2 will be root 6. So the answer is, can we add or subtract this number? As the irrational number have the different root values under the root, so we cannot add or subtract them. So that will be a final answer. Okay, then we have second, 3 plus root 3 multiplied to 3 minus root 3. Okay, again in similar way, multiply the first term from the first bracket to the first in the second bracket, these two terms. 3 into 3 will be 9. Then this 3 into the second term here, 3 into minus root 3 will be minus 3 root 3. Now we multiply the second term to the first term here, so it will be plus 3 root 3, and the second term to the second term it will be minus root 3 into root 3 will be 3. These two will be cancelled out. Minus root 3 and plus root 3 will be 0, so result is 9 minus 3 equals to 6. So that's our answer. Third part is 5 root plus root 2 square. We'll apply the identity a plus b whole square. Okay, so this will be square of first term, which is root 5, plus twice of a into b, a is root 5, b is root 2 plus square of second term, which is root 2. So square of 5 is 5 plus this, we have 2, root 5 into root 2 is root 10 plus root 2 square is 2. So answer is 7 plus 2 root 10. That's our answer. Okay, and the last one, we have fourth part, which is 5 root 5 minus root 2 and root 5 plus root 2. Again applying the identity a plus b and a minus b, that is the square of first term, that is 5 square minus square of second term, that is root 2 square. Root 5 square is 5 and root 2 square is 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. That's our answer. So that's how you can simplify these expressions. I hope all of them are clear to you. Okay, moving ahead, next is, recall pi is defined as the ratio of circumference, say c, of a circle to its diameter d. That is, pi is equals to c by d. C is circumference, d is the diameter. This seems to contradict the fact that pi is irrational. We know that pi is irrational number, but here we are having pi is equals to c by d, and you may think that c by d is in the form of a p by q, and so it should be a rational number, while pi is a irrational. So you are asked, how will you resolve this contradiction? So write the answer for this one is, so whenever we find the circumference or the radius for any circle using measurement scale, you will never get the accurate value. Whatever value or the length you will get, that will be a approximate value. So that's why this pi is a irrational number. So answer for this one is, there is no contradiction. Okay, why? Because when we measure a length with scale or any other device, we only get an approximate rational value. So we think that pi is a rational number, while pi is not a rational number, because whenever you measure a length, suppose we have a line, if you measure its length using scale or any other device, you will get a number which will be a rational number, but in actually the length is a irrational number, because we cannot measure it accurately. Okay, we always get a approximate rational value. That's why we never realize that either c or d is a irrational number. So out of this pi equals to c by d, either this c or d is a rational number, because we cannot measure them accurately. We always get an approximate rational value, but either c or either d will be a irrational number which we cannot measure using scale. Okay, that's why this contradiction may appear, but in actual there is no contradiction. Okay, that's the answer of this question. Moving ahead, as I told, we will not do the question number 4 in this video. We'll cover that question in the next video. So moving ahead to the question number 5. Question number 5 is rationalize the denominator of the following. So like we did in some example. So we rationalize this number. First one is 1 root 7. So as I told, to rationalize we'll multiply and divide the denominator with the original number. So root 7 into 1 is root 7 and root 7 into 7 is 7. So answer is root 7 divided by 7. That's our answer. Second, we have 1 by root 7 minus root 6 equals to rationalize this, what we're going to do is 1 by root 7 minus root 6 multiplied to, we'll multiply and divide it with the original number with the number in the denominator by reversing its sign from minus to plus. So this will result into, from upper side, 1 into root 7 plus root 6 will be again root 7 plus root 6. And while in the denominator, this is a plus b and a minus b. So that will be square of first term minus square of second term. This is root 7 plus root 6, and root 7 square is 7 minus root 6 square is 6. So this will be 7 minus 6 is 1. So here we have root 7 plus root 6. So answer is root 7 plus root 6. That's our answer. Part 3. Part 3 we have 1 by root 5 plus root 2. We have 1 by root 5, 1 divided by root 5 and plus root 2. So this will be 1 divided by root 5 plus root 2 multiplied to multiply the original number by its denominator by reversing its sign. Here we have plus, so I'll change it to minus and minus. So now do the multiplication. On the upper side we'll have root 5 minus root 2, and again this is a plus b and a minus b, that will result into square of first term minus square of second term, that is root 5 minus root 2, and root 5 square is 5 and root 2 square is 2. So the result is root 5 minus root 2 divided by 3. Okay, the identity that we are using here is, let me write it here, a plus b and a minus b is equals to a square minus b square. This is the identity we have been using in all the question of rationalization. Now come to the next and the last part, which is 1 divided by root 7 minus 2. We have fourth part, which is 1 divided by root 7 minus 2. So this will be again 1 divided by root 7 minus 2 multiplied to root 7 plus 2 divided by root 7 plus 2. Again using that upper identity, on the downward side we have a square, that is root 7 square minus b square, which is 2 square. On the upper side we'll have root 7 plus 2. So the result is root 7 plus 2 divided by root 7 square is 7 and 2 square is 4. So the result is root 7 plus 2 divided by 3. That's our answer of all the questions. Okay, that's how we can rationalize any given number. I hope all of them are clear to you now. If you still have any doubt or difficulty, you can ask me that in the comment box of this video, either you can send me a direct message on WhatsApp. Okay, the remaining one question, we will cover that question in the next video with exercise 1.6. For now, that's it for this video.